starts here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings.
Starting an online football game. I gotta get my skills sharpened from later on today.
And it's got a challenge.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he's taken down, but able to slay there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And oh, look at that. A dive. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They run. Cook. And he stopped him.
Move to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Room here to run. And brought down, but able.
Your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit.
Good route here.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And they'll work it so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about it, though, it's working really well.
On 2nd down and 4. Cousins to the goal line, but this is 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. They got to love that. 9-play drive results in 6 points.
That means they're doing the dictating. That means that they've described how the game's going to go. They're playing at their tempo, at their pace. If you're on the other side of the ball, if you're playing defense,
5-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman.
The GMs are putting together a team. A lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out. Because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he takes it down to the... Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. And it's complete. Hooper.
And coming back, that's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Ryan. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones. 34 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And we are tied at 7. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Looking to throw again on second down. Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Throwing is Cousins, and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There was nothing available there for him.
He goes full extension, and he's got it. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To the air again, it's Cousins. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 13-yard line.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
From the red zone now, Cousins. Flushed out right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper.
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 20. 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Falcons.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski, and that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead in there is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Cousins trying to lay one up deep. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
After the interception, here's Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes.
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Daniil Hunter. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Looking downfield for Joe. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Oh, I talked to Joe Williams, told him, I said, nigga, you supposed to have got 2K this year. He said, yeah, you right.
And the Falcons push further out in front.
It's too late now. And he missed a good year, to be honest.
Extra point attempt to follow here. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done.
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook as the first half is winding down as his guys are back within a single score. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out.
Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway.
Damn.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They run, Devontae Freeman. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Give the tackle there to Danielle Hunter.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the gun, it's Ryan. And the pressure gets to him again. Danielle Hunter able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Looks like Ryan's going to stay out there. Indeed, they're going to try for this on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. The sack coming from Adrian Claiborne off the edge. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw, Cousins. And Diggs has it. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
You.
Oh, my God. This nigga. Bounce pass.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They run it again with Cook. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. On the carry, it's Cook, and a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a third time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
On second down now, it's Cook. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Now Cooked. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all to score as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
59,
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave a great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Freeman. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Really?
Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. Ryan now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now it's Freeman. And he's taken down inside the 30. 15 yards, first down Atlanta. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Freeman again, a first down carry. Oh, no,
Come
he lost the
on,
football.
man. You
And the
got
Vikings
to
keep the
kill me.
football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think we just saw an example of a game situation that I know is discussed, practiced to the nth degree, go right out the window, and a chance to win the game as well.
Yeah, protect the football. On the other side, you're taught to get in there and rake it out. They did just that.
I mean, they go over this starting at OTAs and mini camps. You go through these situations, and that's the way a lot of teams like to end practice. Finish it off with this type of a drive, kick the game-winning field goal. Everyone feels good and heads to the locker room. In this case, though, they're not going to feel so great about it.
Damn.
Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary now on 3rd. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Here's Britton Colquitt now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Pulled in at the 24. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Ryan to throw. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively brings up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Yeah.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen. Check number 21. Rush in. 39. Rush in.
They'll try and throw for him with Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's the fullback now. It's Keith Smith. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10. And mark him at the 5. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
First down. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
This offense once trailed by 2 touchdowns. Now they've got a chance to take the lead. 1st and goal. And they will take a knee and set up what would be a potential game-winning field goal try. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. Now flags come in before the kick. Clearly there was contact. Who was at fault? So it was the defense that jumped, and that'll move them 5 yards closer.
I wonder how they did it. I wonder if they twitched a little bit up front, you know, a little subtle head movement that the officials didn't detect, but they got it done. Now they're 5 yards closer for their field goal attempt.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they
Where
reacted
the
poorly
hell
on
would you
that one.
going with that?